Today is the Thursday, 23rd of April, 2020. We are still in lockdown level 4. This is now the fourth week that Auckland's population, or in fact the whole New Zealand's population, is in lockdown level 4. By Tuesday next, 28th of April, we will be downgraded to level 3 and there will be more freedom of movement. But today, I'd like to talk about the property world after our lockdown period. Let's start with housing. Now, because of our experience over the last 4 weeks, I'm sure there will not be the same degree of social contact after lockdown. Because of that, therefore, the design of houses as well as the design of buildings generally will change. For instance, I can envisage that in a house design, there will be spaces or rooms for internet connection, one for the children perhaps, one for the parents, and probably one more for guests. In other words, our rooms will not be just one living room and one dining room, 2 or 3 or 4 bedrooms and bathrooms. In fact, the house design may be such that each room is decorated. Perhaps for the children's room will be decorated as a schoolroom. For the parents' room, maybe an office room. And for the grandparents' room, perhaps a library within the same house. The commercial offices will be less used, and therefore I can envisage a lot of commercial offices turned semi-office come residential, and this may need a change of planning rules. What about manufacturing and factories? That will change too, because there's need for space regarding contact or social space. How would this affect the design? I leave that to the architects and the engineers. Now, coming back to property world, let's talk about property developers. Now, perhaps property developers have to change their mindset and persuade the authorities to change their mindset too regarding sort of planning rules, city planning rules, regarding land usage, and so on. Property developers will still exist, but they need a lot more capital than before because borrowings will be difficult. How about, let's say, property investors? Those of you who are property investors cannot borrow as much money as before, and therefore your activities will be limited. You will need to have more cash, more liquidity than before. But As the saying goes in Chinese history, properties will always go up in value. It's only a matter of time. As you and I know, property or properties generally are always classified as hedges on inflation. So in other words, when you see the value of your money going down, your property values will go up. Surely, of course, there will be a period after this lockdown where the property values will go down. 10% perhaps? Somebody says 20, even 30%. But it depends on the location and on your wisdom of choice. I would say that as an investor, properties are still your best bet with minimum risks. Now, let's turn our attention to activities of real estate agents. Here you find that the normal or the traditional real estate agents' activities like open homes and so on will have to change. If you are a real estate agent, you will have to do more online discussions like this. You're going to practice, like I did, practice your online presentation. And I doubt very much that you can earn as much as you have earned before. A lot depends on your personality and your genuineness in selling those properties that you have listed, or in persuading others to list properties with you. The most convincing way of getting on to listings must in fact be your presentation in a talk back, maybe, in a fashion where you can show your face to the people and talk about topics that people want to hear and to listen, and to show your genuinity. I'm a retired real estate person. I'm a retired real estate agent. I'm a retired property valuer. I'm a retired property consultant to developers and so on. So I must say, with a certain amount of experience behind me, that as real estate agents, the number one criteria for success is a genuine heart. So perhaps real estate agents must rethink the position and must save a lot more than before when you get a deal through. I know the feeling. Once you get the deal through, you are inflated, and you got a commission coming in, probably big commission coming in, and the tendency for you is to spend. I think that is wrong. Now, finally, I must say this for New Zealand. We are a country with fruits, vegetables, meats, dairy products that the world will want. Therefore, internally, even if we are sort of close up or close in, like when days ago under Muldoon's days, when I first arrived in New Zealand, Kiwis or New Zealanders will survive. Then, because of other things, other attractions, there will be more and more people wanting to come to New Zealand. And as a consequence, if you are in real estate, if you are in property development, if you are in real estate agency, or even if you are property managers, I think I'm glad to say, I think your jobs are secured. But you must act actively upon improving yourself, upon improving your English or Chinese. If, like me, I am a Chinese-born Singaporean, so I have to improve my Chinese to communicate with people from mainland China. Your Malay or Indonesian, if you got connections over there, you got to improve those skills in order to be able to convince those buyers and sellers from other countries that you are genuine and you are kind and you're not simply looking after your own purse. I think I have said enough. Have a nice day, have a safe day, and of course, avoid any form of crowding in. Thank you very much for your attention. Bye-bye.